People have been asking for a lot more videos on commercial, so this is exactly for you. This is my 3.8 mil commercial buy of a pet barn and a super cheap auto, and what you're looking at on the screen is a report, a depreciation report. All right, this is what astounds a lot of people when they're buying commercial. Not so much the fact that you're getting a 5 or 6% net yield on your property compared to a 4 to 6% gross yield on a residential. A lot of that income is actually very different, and it's offset very different on the depreciation report versus what is in general on a residential. So my property was built in 1999. So what you can see on the screen is I've still got 13 really solid years or 14 years of really solid depreciation in commercial. And if you ran this report and this property was a residential, I would hardly have any depreciation. And just bear in mind, this is only one side of the report that I've got, because I've got two sides and two separate depreciation reports. So you can see there was a partial year where it settled about 2.5 months ago, so I got 12,000 plus deductions just on one side against the income. And have a look at year 2 and the depreciation that I'm offsetting against the income, $55,000. Now look, everything is it's not a free lunch. Depreciation is not a free lunch. If you're buying older buildings, and this one's been in particular good care, I might have to replace a roof, at the 35, 40, 45 year mark, depending on how well kept the property is. And also, if you sell, a lot of this depreciation benefit that you get is in a situation where it gets added into the cost base. So whenever you're speaking about depreciation, always speak to a quantity surveyor or an accountant, right? To make sure that you're getting the right advice. It's not a free lunch, but while your income is high and you've just bought the property, and also you're working in your normal job or your normal business, you're getting a lot of write-offs through that time. And then a lot of the time with commercial is generally held longer. So at the time that you really are thinking about selling, which a lot of people don't do, but the ones that do, wait until they're later on in life and their income has gone down. So when they go and sell, a lot of this depreciation gets added back into the cost base, so it doesn't impact you as much if you're retired on lower income than it does while you're in your working career and your income is higher. Okay, so these are some of the things to think about. You are not going to get this amount of depreciation on a quantity surveyor report for residential. And even someone with my set of experience, and I'm 17 years in complex investor lending, and I'm dealing with investors every day of the week, this has even surprised me for a building that's 27 years old, the amount of depreciation that I'm offsetting against my income. So look, build yourself a really good team of commercial focused mortgage brokers that have already done the complex investor space, which is me. Deal with accountants that deal with these complex kind of investors. Deal with commercial buyers agents that haven't just been around in the space for 2 seconds and claim to have the experience and runs on the board. You've got to be dealing with the right team that are giving you the right advice. So if you've got any questions or you need anything, send me a message. I'm more than happy to help.